What if I told you that the real measure of our faith isn't about some huge grand gestures, but actually, it's in the smallest, tiniest acts of kindness? Well, today, we're diving into that very idea from a short but incredibly powerful chapter in the Quran called Al-Ma'un.
So, this entire chapter gets its name from this one beautiful word, al-Maun. And it's not talking about big, dramatic things. Nope. It's all about the small, everyday stuff. You know, like lending a neighbor a tool or offering someone a glass of water. Just simple help.
Now, what's really interesting is how this chapter kicks off. It doesn't start by telling us what to do. Instead, it paints this really clear picture of a person we should try not to be. And it all starts with one very sharp question.
This is the big question that sets up everything else. It asks us to think about someone who lives their life as if their actions have no real consequences, like there's no final accountability. And the chapter basically says that this one belief, or, lack of belief, is where all the unkindness starts. So, what's the number one sign of this person? They are harsh, cruel even, to children who've lost their parents. And the word used here, repulses, is so strong. It means to literally push away, to treat them like they're nothing.
So instead of being gentle and protective of the most vulnerable people around them, this person is just harsh. They turn them away. It's the total opposite of the compassion we're meant to show. And the picture of this person just keeps getting clearer. The second thing that defines them, they just don't care about hunger. They see people in need and do absolutely nothing. And here's the crucial point. It's not just that they don't help out themselves, they don't even encourage other people to help. There's just this complete indifference to suffering, and they don't inspire anyone else to step up either. Okay, so now the chapter takes a really surprising turn. You'd think that someone who prays is doing the right thing, right? But what we get here is a huge warning that really challenges that whole idea. Wow, that is such a powerful statement. It's a direct warning to people who go through the motions of prayer, but their heart just isn't in it. They're totally distracted, not thinking about the meaning or the connection they're supposed to be making. This breaks it down perfectly. You've got two kinds of prayer here. On one side, it's personal, it's focused, it's sincere. But on the other side, it's just a performance. It's not about connecting with God. It's about getting props from other people. One is faith, the other is just for show. All right, so if the big problems are a lack of caring and prayers that are just for show, then what's the solution? Well, it all comes back to that very first word we learned, the name of the chapter itself. And this is where it all comes full circle. The final description of this person is that they refuse al-Ma'un. They won't even do the smallest, easiest things to help someone out. They hold on to these little acts of kindness that would cost them nothing. So this really pulls all the lessons together, doesn't it? True faith isn't just something you feel on the inside. It has to show up in the world through your actions. Sincere prayer is the root, for sure, but the branches are what we do. Being kind to the vulnerable, helping the needy, and always being ready to offer those small, simple acts of kindness. Which, of course, leads us to the most important part of all of this. How can we bring al-Ma'un, these powerful little acts of kindness, into our own lives, like today? Look, here are some super simple ideas that really get to the heart of al-Ma'un. It could be as easy as sharing something you have, or saying a kind word to someone who looks a little lonely, or just helping out at home. These small things, they're the real building blocks of a good and caring life. If there is one thing to take away from this whole explainer, it's this simple little equation right here. What Surah Al-Ma'un teaches us is that you can't separate these two things. A kind heart without helpful actions doesn't really mean much, and helpful actions without a good heart can just be a performance. Real, true faith is where those two meet. So, as we finish up, I'm just going to leave you with this question to think about. It's really a challenge for all of us. What small act of kindness, what little piece of al-Ma'un are you going to share with the world today?